right, welcome to The Last Word. You are viewing with Tanisha. I am the host here at The Last Word, and I created The Last Word just simply as a space to be heard. And of course, last week, and I'm just sitting in my car on my break, um, and last week, I tried to go live because I tried to share my live YouTube on my Facebook fan page. And I have my shades on because it's pretty sunny out right now. But I tried to go live and share it on my Last Word Facebook fan page as well, but that didn't quite work out. For some reason, it was cut short. I was able to share it before, but this time it just didn't work. But I'm just going to bring it back again this week just to kind of go over, everything that we didn't get to go over before. And my lips are a little chapped, some of the little chapstick here. And I don't have on any makeup or anything like that. And I figured, well, I still need to go ahead and do my live like I normally do in each week, especially in a week that's been pretty tough. Like today has been tough because we have like this new system at our job, and it's been hard to get used to this new system, and it has put me in like a damper, sort of like a down mode, because it's like the getting used to the new system and getting oriented to the new system. It takes time. Anything that is new or that you have to change, it takes time, especially if you've been used to doing things a certain way for years. I mean, I've been used to the system that we use at my job for years. And of course, they do change it periodically. But this change recently is a little bit more drastic than the other changes that they've had, because the keyboard mapping and the keyboard functioning, is inconsistent in this new system. And anytime they've changed it before, we never had those type of inconsistencies. So today, I really am coming to encourage somebody because I need to be encouraged myself. Things like that can get discouraging. So I'm really just coming to definitely build somebody else up in the process while building myself up, because it can become frustrating. You can become irritated. And when you get like that, you do need encouragement. So with all that being said, I'm going to just breathe and realize that, hey, I have to get used to the new system. I mean, changes always occur. Changes can be challenging, but we can get through them. And like I said, most of my points of view are biblically oriented because, I am a believer and different things like that. But I just think times like this, when it gets to be a struggle or when things become encouraging, it reminds me of David, who encouraged himself. David encouraged himself. And so this is what I'm simply doing. I'm just sharing me, encouraging myself with you. And in the process, I hope it is an encouragement to you. But basically what I did in the last video when I talked about uplift others, I mentioned how I was able to talk about, how we can, and I don't want to not show my eyes, okay? But anyway, that way you can see my eyes or whatnot. But like I said, it's sunny out here, and I like my glasses because they're hard glasses. And so I don't know. Anyway, just love, anytime, you have haters. I don't know. It's the heart shape and the shades just remind me to love the haters. Okay. Anyway, but on that one, I talked a lot about about how people discourage and how people can mock you and different things like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't really talk much about how we can actually uplift one another. I talked about, like I said, things that, people can do to discourage you, but I didn't really talk a lot about ways and means and how we can uplift each other and how we can actually encourage one another. So that's the reason why I wanted to bring it back last week. But last week, it got cut short. So I'm like, well, I'll just do it again next week. So here I am again with the redo. Okay. The redo of, I guess, the part 2 or whatnot of the uplifting or building up others while uplifting yourself. Okay. So I shared some posts on The Last Word at The Last Word 2018 on my Facebook fan book page. And some of the posts that I shared, I want to share those today because some of those posts actually talk about what you should do to encourage someone and not necessarily identifying, I guess that first one that I did pretty much identified those type of things that discourage, other people or whatnot. So now that we know what types of things discourage other people and what types of things can tear you down, let's talk about now what types of things can actually lift someone up and encourage someone, right? So one of the first posts that I shared was an Instagram post from someone I follow on Instagram, and I can't remember his name. I think it was Humi something. I don't know. I can't remember his name, and I apologize for that because I failed to write that down. But he actually shared another post from somebody else, so it's not really originally his anyway. But that post simply said, a healthy mind does not speak ill of others. Okay? So the first step in what we want to do when we build others up is to make sure we ourselves are in a place where we need to be. Like, you should have a healthy mind for yourself. In that way, you won't have ill thoughts or have any thought to be negative towards someone or to put someone down. I mean, you will always be able to see a way to encourage someone and a way to speak good of someone because you look for the good in the person. When you yourself already have a healthy mind set within you, you are able to focus on the positive and the good in someone else to be able to encourage someone else when they are discouraged, right? So basically, a healthy mind does not speak ill of others. And, sometimes even when you're down, you have to be able to realize, okay, that's not an excuse for me to be negative or discouraging to someone else. Okay. And it can take a lot for you when you're down yourself to still encourage someone in spite of that, of your own circumstance or situation, or in spite of how you might be feeling at that time. And we're going to get into that because I have a point that talks about that coming up. The next post that I want to share, and this next post kind of reflects a little bit on what I talked about mockers, right? And how I talked about the coarse gesturing or joking sometime. And this next quote is by T.D. Jakes. And like I said, he is someone that's inspirational, that I do listen to for inspiration. I don't get into all, what's going on in his church and different things like that because, I mean, everybody kind of knows what T.D. Jakes, who he is and what he stands for and different things like that. And there is a controversy that occurred a little time ago, a short while ago at his church. So I don't want anybody to get the impression that I agree or disagree with anything that happened. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just simply sharing a quote that has relevance to to my topic today that that was quoted from him, basically. Okay. And so that's the reason why I'm sharing this quote, okay, of his. This one says, imitation is the highest form of flattery until imitation makes a mockery. Then it is no longer flattering, right? So I'm going to read that again. Imitation is the highest form of flattery until imitation makes a mockery. Then it is no longer flattering, right? And the reason why I want to share that is because that kind of goes into what I was the example that I had shared when I shared about how sometimes if people joke about you, if you're not able to laugh, then it's no longer a joke, right? I mean, it's no longer a joke. It's something. It's no longer, a joke. Just the same way that he quoted here, it's no longer flattery when someone imitates you. Or you could say compliment it, if someone is trying to be like you, it could be a compliment because they admire you or you inspire them. They like your style, so whenever someone is biting or trying to imitate me, that lets me know that, okay, this person is inspired by something that I'm doing as long as what I'm doing is positive, right? So it's a flattering thing. It's a compliment. But then on the other flip side to that is what you have is, or what you can sometimes have is mockery. And when it becomes mockery, it's no longer, flattering or it's no longer a compliment. It is what it is. It's mockery. Okay, it's a put down where you're trying to make fun of someone or put someone down or make them look less, but that doesn't do anything for you. Like, that doesn't make you any better than the person that you're trying to put down. Like, that doesn't put out their light. That only dims and puts out your own light. You see, so this is why it's so critical for us to like learn how to encourage and uplift others, because that makes your light shine brighter. Okay, that makes you stand out more, because you're going to be different, and not necessarily different because we have a lot of positive people out there and a lot of people who encourage others that are out there, but you will be among those, right? Instead of among haters or among mockers and scoffers or among people who put other people down. You will be amongst the positive individuals instead of being amongst those who are negative, right? Okay, and I'm just going to continue here. Crack this door and give a little air. Some folks was over here and I didn't want their sound, their chitter chatter or whatnot to be in the live and everything. So, but another one is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Like I said, some things that I believe that, are scripturally based. And that's kind of where I get some of my positivity, some of my motivation, and some, of the, I guess, principles for daily living. And that is some of the ways that I help develop and build my own character. Right. But that scripture simply says, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So Paul at the time was writing to Thessalonians, letting them know that, hey, you all are encouraging one another. That's great. Continue to do so. Right. So basically, this is what we should continue to do. We should continue to encourage one another and lift each other up. Right. So in this post, that scripture reference I got off a post called off a Facebook page called M108. And that post or that page was created by a church called Preach Life Church. And that church, when I looked at the address for that church, it was like out of India. So you just never know what you're going to find when you're on the internet, when you run into good quotes or things like that. And you look at the source of where it comes from, you're like, wow, okay, this church is based out of Bangalore, India. And I think it had like some other cities. So they may have like multiple church locations in different cities in India. So I don't know. There you go. But that was the source. And I want to read their post. And I'm giving the source definitely for this one, because this is like a lot that I definitely want to give credit to them, because I'm going to read this and share this because it has a lot of relevance to what my topic today. And I'm going to give them the last word on building up others while uplifting yourself. And this church from out of Bangalore, India, is going to get the last word. And we are going to be done with this topic for this week until we maybe revisit it another time. I may revisit this topic again, or until you chime in and share some of your thoughts and we can revisit it again. But for the most part, we're going to be done with this topic for now. So let me go ahead and allow them to have the last word on building up others while uplifting yourself, because it just really is stating everything that I have tried to state. And I love the way that it is stated on their page and on their post. And their post, they did that post on January 18th of 2017. If anyone wants to look that up and maybe share it or whatnot, or maybe just go to my page and share it off from my page on Facebook. So it says, do we feel that we need someone to encourage us today? And now right about today, I am feeling like I do. Okay. But these are the times that, are the good times, right? When you feel like you should give up or not do what you would normally do. Like, I come on here and do this every week, and I just do it once a week. So it's not that hard, right? But today was rough at work, and I was like, oh my God, am I going to even be able to do my live today? Because I have so much to do at work, and I have to get used to this new system that they put in, and it's been such a challenge. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do my live today, no matter what. I mean, I want to stick to it. And it turns out that, wow, when I came out to my car and began to look at some things, review some things, to kind of, know what it is that I want to discuss and share today in this live, I was like, wow, just imagine if I wouldn't have did it, because it blessed me and helped me to be encouraged, in spite of what's going on today. And I'm like, wow, what if I wouldn't have done this? Now I can go back in after I've encouraged myself and shared my encouragement of myself with you live and maybe encourage you too. I can go back with a whole different attitude, and the frustration and everything, it kind of subsides, and kind of dissipates, and so now I can just go back in looking more on the bright side and be able to be productive. That's another thing about building each other up and building yourself up in the process, is that you make yourself more productive. Okay? You're able to get more done. You're able to focus on the good and keep moving, right? So let me go on and finish their post because I'll keep talking, right? Okay, so it says here, God himself is the great encourager. With the Bible being the most encouraging book ever written, this verse reminds us that no matter your situation, encourage someone. Encouragement is important because it goes straight to the heart of a person. See, I gotta stop right there. Okay, let me say that again. Encouragement is important because it goes straight to the heart of a person, right? So look at that on the flip side. So think about discouragement. If you were to be discouraging to someone or mock someone or put someone down, that also goes straight to the heart of a person. So you have to understand that when you're speaking, joking, whatever it is you're doing and you're involving someone or engaging with other people, let it be positive. Let it be seasoned with grace. Let it be uplifting because it goes straight to the heart. It goes straight to the heart of a person, and that can either do harm or do good, and it does depend because people shouldn't have their feelings on their sleeve, right? Okay, so let's joke and have fun, but let's do it in a positive way that's uplifting and not hurtful or harmful, right? So, but anyway, I'll continue. A side benefit of when you encourage someone, you are helping yourself. And like I said, we encourage one another. We are helping ourselves when we encourage someone else. Okay. And that's straightforward. No explanation needed there. It says a word of encouragement or an act of kindness shared from any of us can influence someone's life for the better and also be uplifting to yourself by doing so. Basically, and that's what I'm doing. I'm uplifting myself. I believe me sharing me, uplifting and encouraging myself with, my live blog that I do here on YouTube and everything here at The Last Word. Me going through my journey and sharing that somebody can see this and be helped. But I get a little winded. So, of course, I don't want to make my videos too long because this one is already long enough. But basically, I want to give that church out of India The Last Word because I like their post on their page about it. And it was just very encouraging to me. And it kind of, in a nutshell, put everything that I have been trying to say in the last couple of lives that I've done. But I hope you were encouraged. I don't have any makeup or anything like that. So these shades were a good way to try to hide that, okay? But I still feel like I'm beautiful and everything like that. So I'm going to get off here and get back to work. And you be encouraged. You be uplifted. I'm going to share this live YouTube video for a replay on The Last Word at The Last Word 2018 on my Facebook fan page so that you can share with your friends. Invite your friends. Let them subscribe. Share. This might help somebody. Don't quit. Don't give up, because I was not going to do this live today because I was so frustrated. But I said, I'm going to do it. And I have been blessed because I did so. And I hope that you are blessed as well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.